It's my honey buns. It's me, your girl, Empress Goddess, the Georgia Peach, your host with the most. Coming back at you, I had to cut short early twice because we had a bad thunderstorm the second time because I had to try to run to the store before it got too late. But anyway, we're gonna get in here with The Power of Awareness by Neville Goddard.
Of the individual is found the explanation of the phenomena of life. If man's concept of himself were different by your reactions to life, I am that I am divided. I may conceive myself to be a rich man. 13. The light is consciousness. Consciousness is one, manifesting in legions of forms or levels of consciousness. There is no one that is not all that is. For consciousness, though expressed in an infinite series of levels, is not divisional. There is no real separation or gap in consciousness. I am cannot be divided. I may conceive myself to be a rich man, a poor man, a beggar man, or a thief. But the center of my being remains the same regardless of the concept I hold of myself. At the center of manifestation, there is only one I am, manifesting in legions of forms or concepts of itself, and I am that I am. I am is the self-definition of the absolute, the foundation on which everything rests. I am is the first cause substance. I am is the self-definition of God. I am hath sent me unto you. I am that I am. Be still and know that I am God. I am is a feeling of permanent awareness. The very center of consciousness is the feeling of I am. I may forget who I am, where I am, what I am, but I cannot forget that I am. The awareness of being remains, regardless of the degree of forgetfulness of who, where, and what I am. I am is that which, amid unnumbered forms, is ever the same. This great discovery of cause reveals that, good or bad, man is actually the arbiter of his own fate, and that it is his concept of himself that determines the world in which he lives, and his concept of himself is his reactions to life. In other words, if you are experiencing ill health, knowing the truth about cause, you cannot attribute the illness to anything other than to the particular arrangement of the basic cause substance, an arrangement which was produced by your reactions to life and is defined by your concept, I am unwell. This is why you are told, let the weak man say, I am strong, Paul chapter 3, verse 10. For by his assumption, the cause substance, I am, is rearranged, and must therefore manifest that which its rearrangement affirms. This principle governs every aspect of your life, be it social, financial, intellectual, or spiritual. I am is that reality to which, whatever happens, we must turn for an explanation of the phenomena of life. It is I am's concept of itself that determines the form and scenery of its existence. Everything depends upon its attitude towards itself. That which it will not affirm as true of itself cannot awaken in its world. That is, your concept of yourself, such as I am strong, I am secure, I am loved, determines the world in which you live. In other words, when you say, I am a man, I am a father, I am an American, you are not defining different I ams. You are defining different concepts or arrangements of the one cause substance, the one I am. Even in the phenomena of nature, if the tree were to articulate, it would say, I am a tree, an apple tree, a fruitful tree. When you know that consciousness is the one and only reality, conceiving itself to be something good, bad, or indifferent, and becoming that which it conceived itself to be, you are free from the tyranny of second causes, free from the belief that there are causes outside of your own mind that can affect your life. In the state of consciousness of the individual is found the explanation of the phenomena of life. If man's concept of himself were different, everything in his world would be different. His concept of himself being what it is, everything in his world must be as it is. There is only one I am, and you are that I am. And while I am is infinite, you, by your concept of yourself, are displaying only a limited aspect of the infinite I am. Build thee more stately mansions, O my soul. As the swift seasons roll, leave thy low vaulted past. Let each new temple, nobler than the last, shut thee from heaven with a dome more vast, till thou at length art free, leaving thine outgrown shell by life's unresting sea. Chapter 2. Consciousness. It is only by a change of consciousness, by actually changing your concept of yourself, that you can build more stately mansions, the manifestations of higher and higher concepts. By manifesting is meant experiencing the results of these concepts in your world. It is of vital importance to understand clearly just what consciousness is. The reason lies in the fact that consciousness is the one and only reality. It is the first and only cause substance of the phenomena of life. Nothing has existence for man save through the consciousness he has of it. Therefore, it is to consciousness you must turn, for it is the only foundation on which the phenomena of life can be explained. If we accept the idea of a first cause, it would follow that the evolution of that cause could never result in anything foreign to itself. That is, if the first cause substance is light, all its evolutions, fruits, and manifestations would remain light. The first cause substance being consciousness, all its evolutions, fruits, and phenomena must remain consciousness. All that could be observed would be a higher or lower form of variation of the same thing. In other words, if your consciousness is the only reality, it must also be the only substance. Consequently, what appears to you as circumstances, conditions, and even material objects are really only the products of your own consciousness. Nature, then, as a thing or a complex of things external to your mind, must be rejected. You and your environment cannot be regarded as existing separately. You and your world are one. Therefore, you must turn from the objective appearance of things to the subjective center of things, your consciousness, if you truly desire to know the cause of the phenomena of life, and how to use this knowledge to realize your fondest dreams. In the midst of the apparent contradictions, antagonisms, and contrasts of your life, there is only one principle at work, only your consciousness operating. Difference does not consist in variety of substance, but in variety of arrangement of the same cause substance, your consciousness. The world moves with motiveless necessity. By this is meant that it has no motive of its own, but is under the necessity of manifesting your concept. Consciousness is the arrangement of your mind, and your mind is always arranged in the image of all you believe and consent to as true. The rich man, poor man, beggar man, or thief are not different minds, but different arrangements of the same mind, in the same sense that a piece of steel, when magnetized, differs not in substance from its demagnetized state, but in the arrangement and order of its molecules. A single electron revolving in a specified orbit constitutes the unit of magnetism. When a piece of steel or anything else is demagnetized, the revolving electrons have not stopped. Therefore, the magnetism has not gone out of existence. There is only a rearrangement of the particles, so that they produce no outside or perceptible effect. When particles are arranged at random, mixed up in all directions, the substance is said to be demagnetized. But when particles are marshaled in ranks, so that a number of them face in one direction, the substance is a magnet. Magnetism is not generated, it is displayed. Health, wealth, beauty, and genius are not created. They are only manifested by the arrangement of your mind, that is, by your concept of yourself, and your concept of yourself is all that you accept and consent to as true. What you consent to can only be discovered by an uncritical observation of your reactions to life. Your reactions reveal where you live psychologically, and where you live psychologically determines how you live here in the outer visible world. The importance of this in your daily life should be immediately apparent. The basic nature of the primal cause is consciousness. Therefore, the ultimate substance of all things is consciousness. Chapter 3. Power of Assumption. Man's chief delusion is his conviction that there are causes other than his own state of consciousness. All that befalls a man, all that is done by him, all that comes from him, happens as a result of his state of consciousness. A man's consciousness is all that he thinks and desires and loves, all that he believes is true and consents to. That is why a change of consciousness is necessary before you can change your outer world. Rain falls as a result of a change in the temperature in the higher regions of the atmosphere. So, in like manner, a change of circumstance happens as a result of a change in your state of consciousness. Be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind.
That's right.
To be transformed, the whole basis of your thoughts must change. But your thoughts cannot change unless you have new ideas, or you think from your ideas. All transformation begins with an intense burning desire to be transformed. The first step in the renewing of the mind is desire. You must want to be different and intend to be before you can begin to change yourself. Then you must make your future dream a present fact. You do this by assuming the feeling of your wish fulfilled. By desiring to be other than what you are, you can create an ideal of the person you want to be and assume that you are already that person. If this assumption is persisted in until it becomes your dominant feeling, the attainment of your ideal is inevitable. The ideal you hope to achieve is always ready for an incarnation, but unless you yourself offer it human parentage, it is incapable of birth. Therefore, your attitude should be one in which, having desired to express a higher state, you alone accept the task of incarnating this new and greater value of yourself. In giving birth to your ideal, you must bear in mind that the methods of mental and spiritual knowledge are entirely different. This is a point that is truly understood by probably not more than one person in a million. You know a thing mentally by looking at it from the outside, by comparing it with other things, by analyzing it and defining it, by thinking of it. Whereas you can know a thing spiritually only by becoming it, only by thinking from it. You must be the thing itself and not merely talk about it or look at it. You must be like the moth in search of his idol, the flame, who, spurred with true desire, plunging at once into the sacred fire, folded his wings within till he became one color and one substance with the flame. He only knew the flame who in it burned, and only he could tell who ne'er to tell returned. Just as the moth in his desire to know the flame was willing to destroy himself, so must you, in becoming a new person, be willing to die to your present self. You must be conscious of being healthy if you are to know what health is. You must be conscious of being secure if you are to know what security is. Therefore, to incarnate a new and greater value of yourself, you must assume that you already are what you want to be, and then live by faith in this assumption, which is not yet incarnate in the body of your life, in confidence that this new value or state of consciousness will become incarnated through your absolute fidelity to the assumption that you are that which you desire to be. This is what wholeness means, what integrity means. They mean submission of the whole self to the feeling of the wish fulfilled, in certainty that that new state of consciousness is the renewing of mind which transforms. There is no order in nature corresponding to this willing submission of the self to the ideal beyond the self. Therefore, it is the height of folly to expect the incarnation of a new and greater concept of self to come about by natural evolutionary process. That which requires a state of consciousness to produce its effect obviously cannot be effected without such a state of consciousness. And in your ability to assume the feeling of a greater life, to assume a new concept of yourself, you possess what the rest of nature does not possess: imagination, the instrument by which you create your world. Your imagination is the instrument, the means whereby your redemption from slavery, sickness, and poverty is effected. If you refuse to assume the responsibility of the incarnation of a new and higher concept of yourself, then you reject the means, the only means, whereby your redemption, that is, the attainment of your ideal, can be effected. Imagination is the only redemptive power in the universe. However, your nature is such that it is optional to you whether you remain in your present concept of yourself, a hungry being longing for freedom, health, and security, or choose to become the instrument of your own redemption, imagining yourself as that which you want to be, and thereby satisfying your hunger and redeeming yourself. Oh, be strong, men, and brave, pure, patient, and true. The work that is yours, let no other hand do. For the strength for all need is faithfully given from the fountain within you, the kingdom of heaven. Chapter 4. Desire. The changes which take place in your life as a result of your changed concept of yourself always appear to the unenlightened to be the result not of a change of your consciousness, but of chance, outer cause, or coincidence. However, the only fate governing your life is the fate determined by your own concepts, your own assumptions. For an assumption, though false, if persisted in, will harden into fact. The ideal you seek and hope to attain will not manifest itself, will not be realized by you, until you have imagined that you are already that ideal. There is no escape for you, except by a radical psychological transformation of yourself, except by your assumption of the feeling of your wish fulfilled. Therefore, make results or accomplishments the crucial test of your ability to use your imagination. Everything depends on your attitude towards yourself. That which you will not affirm as true of yourself can never be realized by you, for that attitude alone is the necessary condition by which you realize your goal. All transformation is based upon suggestion, and this can work only where you lay yourself completely open to an influence. You must abandon yourself to your ideal as a woman abandons herself to love, for complete abandonment of self to it is the way to union with your ideal. You must assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled, until your assumption has all the sensory vividness of reality. You must imagine that you are already experiencing what you desire. That is, you must assume the feeling of the fulfillment of your desire until you are possessed by it, and this feeling crowds all other ideas out of your consciousness. The man who is not prepared for the conscious plunge into the assumption of the wish fulfilled in the faith that it is the only way to the realization of his dream is not yet ready to live consciously by the law of assumption, although there is no doubt that he does live by the law of assumption unconsciously. But for you who accept this principle and are ready to live by consciously assuming that your wish is already fulfilled, the adventure of life begins. To reach a higher level of being, you must assume a higher concept of yourself. If you will not imagine yourself as other than what you are, then you remain as you are. For if ye believe not that I am he, ye shall die in your sins. If you do not believe that you are he, the person you want to be, then you remain as you are. Through the faithful systematic cultivation of the feeling of the wish fulfilled, desire becomes the promise of its own fulfillment. The assumption of the feeling of the wish fulfilled makes the future dream a present fact. Chapter 5. The Truth That Sets You Free. The drama of life is a psychological one in which all the conditions, circumstances, and events of your life are brought to pass by your assumptions. Since your life is determined by your assumptions, you are forced to recognize the fact that you are either a slave to your assumptions or their master. To become the master of your assumptions is the key to undreamed of freedom and happiness. You can attain this mastery by deliberate conscious control of your imagination. You determine your assumptions in this way. Form a mental image, a picture of the state desired, of the person you want to be. Concentrate your attention upon the feeling that you are already that person. First, visualize the picture in your consciousness. Then feel yourself to be in that state as though it actually formed your surrounding world. By your imagination, that which was a mere mental image is changed into a seemingly solid reality. The great secret is a controlled imagination and a well-sustained attention, firmly and repeatedly focused on the object to be accomplished. It cannot be emphasized too much that by creating an ideal within your mental sphere, by assuming that you are already that ideal, you identify yourself with it and thereby transform yourself into its image, thinking from the ideal instead of thinking of the ideal. Every state is already there as mere possibilities, as long as we think of them, but as overpoweringly real when we think from them.
Appreciate it.
This was called by the ancient teachers subjection to the will of God, or resting in the Lord.
Y'all don't hit the likes.
And the only true test of resting in the Lord is that all who do rest are inevitably transformed into the image of that in which they rest, thinking from the wish fulfilled. You become according to your resigned will, and your resigned will is your concept of yourself and all that you consent to and accept as true. You, assuming the feeling of your wish fulfilled and continuing therein, take upon yourself the results of that state. Not assuming the feeling of your wish fulfilled, you are ever free of the results. When you understand the redemptive function of imagination, you hold in your hands the key to the solution of all your problems. Every phase of your life is made by the exercise of your imagination. Determined imagination alone is the means of your progress, of the fulfilling of your dreams. It is the beginning and end of all creating. The great secret is a controlled imagination and a well-sustained attention firmly and repeatedly focused on the feeling of the wish fulfilled, until it fills the mind and crowds all other ideas out of consciousness. What greater gifts could be given you than to be told the truth that will set you free? The truth that sets you free is that you can experience in imagination what you desire to experience in reality. And by maintaining this experience in imagination, your desire will become an actuality. You are limited only by your uncontrolled imagination and lack of attention to the feeling of your wish fulfilled. When the imagination is not controlled and the attention not steadied on the feeling of the wish fulfilled, then no amount of prayer or piety or invocation will produce the desired effect. When you can call up at will whatsoever image you please, when the forms of your imagination are as vivid to you as the forms of nature, you are master of your fate. You must stop spending your thoughts, your time, and your money. Everything in life must be an investment. Visions of beauty and splendor, forms of a long-lost race, sounds and faces and voices from the fourth dimension of space, and on through the universe boundless, our thoughts go lightning-shod. Some call it imagination, and others call it God. Chapter 6. Attention. The double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. James chapter 1, verse 8. Attention is forceful in proportion to the narrowness of its focus, that is, when it is obsessed with a single idea or sensation. It is steadied and powerfully focused only by such an adjustment of the mind as permits you to see one thing only, for you steady the attention and increase its power by confining it. The desire which realizes itself is always a desire upon which attention is exclusively concentrated, for an idea is endowed with power only in proportion to the degree of attention fixed on it. Concentrated observation is the attentive attitude directed from some specific end. The attentive attitude involves selection, for when you pay attention, it signifies that you have decided to focus your attention on one object or state rather than on another. Therefore, when you know what you want, you must deliberately focus your attention on the feeling of your wish fulfilled until that feeling fills the mind and crowds all other ideas out of consciousness. The power of attention is the measure of your inner force. Concentrated observation of one thing shuts out other things and causes them to disappear. The great secret of success is to focus the attention on the feeling of the wish fulfilled without permitting any distraction. All progress depends upon an increase of attention. The ideas which impel you to action are those which dominate the consciousness, those which possess the attention. The idea which excludes all others from the field of attention discharges in action. This one thing I do, forgetting those things that are behind, I press toward the mark. This means this one thing you can do, forgetting those things that are behind. You can press toward the mark of fulfilling your mind with the feeling of the wish fulfilled. To the unenlightened man, this will seem to be all fantasy, yet all progress comes from those who do not take the accepted view, nor accept the world as it is. As was stated heretofore, if you can imagine what you please, and if the forms of your thought are as vivid as the forms of nature, you are, by virtue of the power of your imagination, master of your fate. Your imagination is you yourself, and the world as your imagination sees it is the real world. When you set out to master the movements of attention, which must be done if you would successfully alter the course of observed events, it is then you realize how little control you exercise over your imagination, and how much it is dominated by sensory impressions and by a drifting on the tides of idle moods. To aid in mastering the control of your attention, practice this exercise. Night after night, just before you drift off to sleep, strive to hold your attention on the activities of the day in reverse order. Focus your attention on the last thing you did, that is, getting into bed, and then move it backward in time over the events until you reach the first event of the day, getting out of bed. This is no easy exercise, but just as specific exercises greatly help in developing specific muscles, this will greatly help in developing the muscle of your attention. Your attention must be developed, controlled, and concentrated in order to change your concept of yourself successfully, and thereby change your future. Imagination is able to do anything, but only according to the internal direction of your attention. If you persist night after night, sooner or later you will awaken in yourself a center of power and become conscious of your greater self, the real you. Attention is developed by repeated exercise or habit. Through habit, an action becomes easier, and so in course of time gives rise to a facility or faculty, which can then be put to higher uses. When you attain control of the internal direction of your attention, you will no longer stand in shallow water, but will launch out into the deep of life. You will walk in the assumption of the wish fulfilled, as on a foundation more solid even than earth. Chapter 7. Attitude. Experiments recently conducted by Merle Lawrence, Princeton, and Adelbert Ames, Dartmouth, in the latter's psychology laboratory at Hanover, New Hampshire, prove that what you see when you look at something depends not so much on what is there as on the assumption you make when you look. Since what we believe to be the real physical world is actually only an assumptive world, it is not surprising that these experiments prove that what appears to be solid reality is actually the result of expectations or assumptions. Your assumptions determine not only what you see, but also what you do, for they govern all your conscious and subconscious movements towards the fulfillment of themselves. Over a century ago, this truth was stated by Emerson as follows: "As the world was plastic and fluid in the hands of God, so it is ever to so much of his attributes as we bring
thoughts. When a man makes his thoughts pure, he no longer desires impure." Effect of thought on health and the body. The body is the servant of the mind. It obeys the operations of the mind, whether they be deliberately chosen or automatically expressed. At the bidding of unlawful thoughts, the body sinks rapidly into disease and decay. At the command of glad and beautiful thoughts, it becomes clothed with youthfulness and beauty. Disease and health, like circumstances, are rooted in thought. Sickly thoughts will express themselves through a sickly body. Thoughts of fear have been known to kill a man as speedily as a bullet, and they are continually killing thousands of people just as surely, though less rapidly. The people who live in fear of disease are the people who get it. Anxiety quickly demoralizes the whole body and lays it open to the entrance of disease, while impure thoughts, even if not physically indulged, will soon shatter the nervous system. Strong, pure, and happy thoughts build up the body in vigor and grace. The body is a delicate and plastic instrument, which responds readily to the thoughts by which it is impressed, and habits of thought will produce their own effects, good or bad, upon it. Men will continue to have impure and poisoned blood so long as they propagate unclean thoughts. Out of a clean heart comes a clean life and a clean body. Out of a defiled mind proceeds a defiled life and a corrupt body. Thought is the fount of action, life, and manifestation. Make the fountain pure, and all will be pure. Change of diet will not help a man who will not change his thoughts. When a man makes his thoughts pure, he no longer desires impure food. Clean thoughts make clean habits. The so-called saint who does not wash his body is not a saint. He who has strengthened and purified his thoughts does not need to consider the malevolent microbe. If you would perfect your body, guard your mind. If you would renew your body, beautify your mind. Thoughts of malice, envy, disappointment, despondency rob the body of its health and grace. A sour face does not come by chance. It is made by sour thoughts. Wrinkles that mar are drawn by folly, passion, and pride. I know a woman of 96 who has the bright, innocent face of a girl. I know a man well under middle age whose face is drawn into inharmonious contours. The one is the result of a sweet and sunny disposition. The other is the outcome of passion and discontent. As you cannot have a sweet and wholesome abode unless you admit the air and sunshine freely into your rooms, so a strong body and a bright, happy, or serene countenance can only result from the free admittance into the mind of thoughts of joy and goodwill and serenity. On the faces of the aged there are wrinkles made by sympathy, others by strong and pure thought, and others are carved by passion. Who cannot distinguish them? With those who have lived righteously, age is calm, peaceful, and softly mellowed, like the setting sun. I have recently seen a philosopher on his deathbed. He was not old except in years. He died as sweetly and peacefully as he had lived. There is no physician like cheerful thought for dissipating the ills of the body. There is no comforter to compare with goodwill for dispersing the shadows of grief and sorrow. To live continually in thoughts of ill will, cynicism, suspicion, and envy is to be confined in a self-made prison hole. But to think well of all, to be cheerful with all, to patiently learn to find the good in all, such unselfish thoughts are the very portals of heaven. And to dwell day by day in thoughts of peace toward every creature will bring abounding peace to their possessor. Thought and purpose. Until thought is linked with purpose, there is no intelligent accomplishment. With the majority, the bark of thought is allowed to drift upon the ocean of life. Aimlessness is a vice, and such drifting must not continue for him who would steer clear of catastrophe and destruction. They who have no central purpose in their life fall an easy prey to petty worries, fears, troubles, and self-pityings, all of which are indications of weakness, which lead just as surely as deliberately planned sins, though by a different route, to failure, unhappiness, and loss. For weakness cannot persist in a power-evolving universe. A man should conceive of a legitimate purpose in his heart and set out to accomplish it. He should make this purpose the centralizing point of his thoughts. It may take the form of a spiritual ideal, or it may be a worldly object, according to his nature at the time being. But whichever it is, he should steadily focus his thought forces upon the object which he has set before him. He should make this purpose his supreme duty and should devote himself to its attainment, not allowing his thoughts to wander away into ephemeral fancies, longings, and imaginings. This is the royal road to self-control and true concentration of thought. Even if he fails again and again to accomplish his purpose, as he necessarily must until weakness is overcome, the strength of character gained will be the measure of his true success, and this will form a new starting point for future power and triumph. Those who are not prepared for the apprehension of a great purpose should fix the thoughts upon the faultless performance of their duty, no matter how insignificant their task may appear. Only in this way can the thoughts be gathered and focused, and resolution and energy be developed, which being done, there is nothing which may not be accomplished. The weakest soul, knowing its own weakness and believing this truth, that strength can only be developed by effort and practice, will, thus believing, at once begin to exert itself, and, adding effort to effort, patience to patience, and strength to strength, will never cease to develop, and will at last grow divinely strong. As the physically weak man can make himself strong by careful and patient training, so the man of weak thoughts can make them strong by exercising himself in right thinking. To put away aimlessness and weakness, and to begin to think with purpose, is to enter the ranks of those strong ones who only recognize failure as one of the pathways to attainment, who make all conditions serve them, and who think strongly, attempt fearlessly, and accomplish masterfully. Having conceived of his purpose, a man should mentally mark out a straight pathway to its achievement, looking neither to the right nor the left. Doubts and fears should be rigorously excluded. They are disintegrating elements which break up the straight line of effort, rendering it crooked, ineffectual, useless. Thoughts of doubt and fear never accomplished anything and never can. They always lead to failure. Purpose, energy, power to do, and all strong thoughts cease when doubt and fear creep in. The will to do springs from the knowledge that we can do. Doubt and fear are the great enemies of knowledge, and he who encourages them, who does not slay them, thwarts himself at every step. He who has conquered doubt and fear has conquered failure. His every thought is allied with power, and all difficulties are bravely met and wisely overcome. His purposes are seasonably planted, and they bloom and bring forth fruit which does not fall prematurely to the ground. Thought, allied fearlessly to purpose, becomes creative force. He who knows this is ready to become something higher and stronger than a mere bundle of wavering thoughts and fluctuating sensations. He who does this has become the conscious and intelligent wielder of his mental powers. The thought factor in achievement. All that a man achieves and all that he fails to achieve is the direct result of his own thoughts. In a justly ordered universe, where loss of equipoise would mean total destruction, individual responsibility must be absolute. A man's weakness and strength, purity and impurity, are his own, and not another man's. They are brought about by himself, and not by another. And they can only be altered by himself, never by another. His condition is also his own, and not another man's. His suffering and his happiness are evolved from within. As he thinks, so he is. As he continues to think, so he remains. A strong man cannot help a weaker unless that weaker is willing to be helped. And even then, the weak man must become strong of himself. He must, by his own efforts, develop the strength which he admires in another. None but himself can alter his condition. It has been usual for men to think and to say, "Many men are slaves because one is an oppressor. Let us hate the oppressor." Now, however, there is amongst an increasing few a tendency to reverse this judgment and to say, One man is an oppressor because many are slaves. Let us despise the slaves. The truth is that oppressor and slave are cooperators in ignorance, and while seeming to afflict each other, are in reality afflicting themselves. A perfect knowledge perceives the action of law in the weakness of the oppressed and the misapplied power of the oppressor. A perfect love, seeing the suffering which both states entail, condemns neither. A perfect compassion embraces both oppressor and oppressed. He who has conquered weakness and has put away all selfish thoughts belongs neither to oppressor nor oppressed. He is free. A man can only rise, conquer, and achieve by lifting up his thoughts. He can only remain weak and abject and miserable by refusing to lift up his thoughts. Before a man can achieve anything, even in worldly things, he must lift his thoughts above slavish animal indulgence. He may not, in order to succeed, give up all animality and selfishness by any means, but a portion of it must at least be sacrificed. A man whose first thought is bestial indulgence could neither think clearly nor plan methodically. He could not find and develop his latent resources, and would fail in any undertaking. Not having commenced to manfully control his thoughts, he is not in a position to control affairs and to adopt serious responsibilities. He is not fit to act independently and stand alone, but he is limited only by the thoughts which he chooses. There can be no progress, no achievement without sacrifice, and a man's worldly success will be in the measure that he sacrifices his confused animal thoughts and fixes his mind on the development of his plans and the strengthening of his resolution and self-reliance. And the higher he lifts his thoughts, the more manly, upright, and righteous he becomes, the greater will be his success, the more blessed and enduring will be his achievements. The universe does not favor the greedy, the dishonest, the vicious, although on the mere surface it may sometimes appear to do so. It helps the honest, the magnanimous, the virtuous.
I needed to hear this again. I had no got out of practice. I got to get back in practice. Sometimes, you let the thoughts get in your head, that kind of, hinder your manifestations. I got to get back into the mood thing. So, I have to refresh myself. They gonna say, ain't nobody perfect. I ain't never going to be perfect, but I know some things. I just look like it.
All the great teachers of the ages have declared this in varying forms, and to prove and know it, a man has but to persist in making himself more and more virtuous by lifting up his thoughts. Intellectual achievements are the result of thought consecrated to the search for knowledge, or for the beautiful and true in life and nature. Such achievements may be sometimes connected with vanity and ambition, but they are not the outcome of those characteristics. They are the natural outgrowth of long and arduous effort and of pure and unselfish thoughts. Spiritual achievements are the consummation of holy aspirations. He who lives constantly in the conception of noble and lofty thoughts, who dwells upon all that is pure and unselfish, will, as surely as the sun reaches its zenith and the moon its full, become wise and noble in character, and rise into a position of influence and blessedness. Achievement of whatever kind is the crown of effort, the diadem of thought. By the aid of self-control, resolution, purity, righteousness, and well-directed thought, a man ascends. By the aid of animality, indolence, impurity, corruption, and confusion of thought, a man descends. A man may rise to high success in the world and even to lofty altitudes in the spiritual realm, and again descend into weakness and wretchedness by allowing arrogant, selfish, and corrupt thoughts to take possession of him. Victories attained by right thought can only be maintained by watchfulness. Many give way when success is assured and rapidly fall back into failure.
Y'all to be out there in them clouds and in them bushes, y'all kill me with that mess. When I start talking shit, y'all drop out the chat. Pitiful. The way they always, but my mom always told me the hit dog will holler. I must be.
All
I be
achievements,
stepping on some
whether in the
toes.
business, intellectual, or spiritual world, are the result of definitely directed thought, are governed by the same law, and are the same method. The only difference lies in the object of attainment. He who would accomplish little must sacrifice little. He who would achieve much must sacrifice much. He who would attain highly must sacrifice greatly. Visions and ideals. The dreamers are the saviors of the world. As the visible world is sustained by the invisible, so men, through all their trials and sins and sordid vocations, are nourished by the beautiful visions of their solitary dreamers. Humanity cannot forget its dreamers. It cannot let their ideals fade and die. It lives in them. It knows them as the realities which it shall one day see and know. Composer, sculptor, painter,
Hey,
poet,
Snowy, how you doing,
prophet,
love?
sage. These are the makers of
I was
the
thinking every time I
afterworld,
think about you, you
the
pop up.
architects of heaven.
Every time I think about you behind, you pop up. What's going on? What you got going on today? We're having a thunderstorm down here. I'm trying to see. I guess I'll get us a couple of readings in here, you know. Y'all be acting crazy. I need to go on and get Empress, get Mr. Tory reading out the way. Because I had to stop twice. I had to leave 2 times. Had to go. Then the second time I left, we had a thunderstorm to come in. Plus, I had to try to get down to the stuff where it rained. And both times I left and came back, the first time I came back, it was 2:22. And then when I came back, the second time, it was 3:33. I be seeing the synchronicities like crazy. I was like, wow, look at that shit there. Let's see. Okay. She did. Mr. Tory did a 2-hour video yet last night, and this is a 2-hour video here because I listened to the one last night all the way through. I hadn't shared that one yet, but this one here, only what y'all heard is what I heard so far. So let me go on and get it over with.
Hi, my loves. Thank you so much for visiting my channel. I really hope that you're having a beautiful and an amazing day. I have an urgent channel message this week.
Yes, you do. Every time.
All signs. Signs and gender may be mentioned. Please only take what resonates with you. I've had quite a few readings today. They all seem to be time sensitive. However, I'm going to release them when it's time. These are things that for most people, they're happening currently or soon. I just pulled some cards and the camera just stopped. I don't know how that happened. I know how it happened, but I also too, I've done 2 readings today. A lot is happening behind the scenes.
Where you at?
But I also understand that a lot of the things that are being
I'll be trying to read your mind.
As we go into this full moon and Cancer energy, these things aren't
Ain't
happening.
No telling where your crazy behind it.
This is the truth of what was happening behind the scenes. People are coming in now with another attempt to do stuff, and it's already being blocked. Everything that I've been picking up on the last week is showing that things have been blocked.
The beach, shit. It must not be raining there.
Grabbed my purse, was about to leave. I looked out my back door. So I have little sticky pads that you can put down to catch, crickets or things like that.
I know that reading that she did last night. Whew. I hope this reading here ain't as heavy as the one she did last night. Because that reading she did last night was 2 hours, also over 2 hours. And this one here I see is over 2 hours. But that one last night was heavy. I mean deep. Y'all need to go over there and check it out.
I just have them by the entry points. And I put a new one down maybe 2 days ago.
Boy, I could have sworn I seen some lightning strike something in the backyard earlier when that thunderstorm started. But I turned everything on in the house, TV and everything. That's the way I raised. You know, I keep telling you I'm a preacher's kid. Boy, when it started storming like that, my father used to always say, "The Lord doing His work. You better not pick up a newspaper and read it." Everybody got to sit in the house quiet. Don't you better not make a sound. You hear a rat piss on cotton.
You guys, in my reading a few days ago, I mentioned how there was some type of little critter, I don't know what it was, the other night that knocked my mop down outside. A few weeks ago, you guys will show, I did a reading and I talked about the little bird that got stuck in my window. Okay.
Who thought's magnetic, man? I already know that baby girl being here for mom because I be feeling her even before she even say anything, but she'll let me know she be in there after I be on text her. But I already know you be in there, boo.
I just walked past my back door, y'all. It's a little bird and it's stuck on the pad. It can't go anywhere. The feathers, everything is stuck to the pad. It's just sitting there looking right in my back door. First of all, the little thing, it isn't even by my back door. It's actually on my it's out on my patio now.
Boy, they getting crazy down here where I stay at. They had two shooting killings here. See, week before last. Okay, they shot in the football player. I be sharing the links over there on my community tab. Then they went in and the football player that got killed. They trying to kill his brother, but they killed him by mistake. And the boy ain't never getting no trouble. I know him good too. You know, his daddy called me sister, called me sis. I know his grandmama, all of them. And then the other boy, they went in the house and shot him in the head while he was asleep. I said, man, these niggas getting crazy. I don't live on that side of town. They be going off the chain over there. That's why I really don't go nowhere at night now. And then here right down the street, down in the other subdivision down there, I don't know if they were white or black, but a woman shot her husband. But she didn't kill him. He in the hospital, but they locked her ass up. I said, damn, they off the chain. Whew, they getting crazy around here.
These monitoring spirits, they're being stopped. These plans are being stopped. And I know people say, post the reading. I don't even have, people are watching these channels to get information on what to do next. They're using tarot and high priestesses to tell them what we know, to share information. This is an attack of a monitoring spirit. So when the time is right, I'll post it. But that bird, and I'll post a picture of it's sitting right there out there on that sticky pad. You know, like how people can get those little mouse pads, and I guess if the rodent it runs on the pad, it gets stuck. That's exactly what's happened. The bird is out there just looking real crazy because it can't go anywhere.
Stuck like this.
But see, birds are messengers. Birds, sometimes you have good ones, you have bad ones. Some of them are monitoring spirits. This is my home.
Birds are messengers.
Okay. The message here is if you keep on trying to monitor someone's home, their body, I
already know people be sending monster spirits. I mean, I'll be having the windows open, and all of a sudden I can just see a gnat or something just be flying around, following me. I'm like, ain't nothing but somebody trying to spy. I don't know what. I said, well, I be shaking my damn head. See, people don't believe all that shit, but this shit is real. When somebody can actually tap in and they dark which do that dark spell work shit. If you really go into your concentration to a trance, motherfucker can do anything you put your mind to. Cause I be knowing a whole bunch of shit
that they carry that God dwells in. You will be caught every time. I was somewhere else and I picked these cards up. I have the Queen of Cups that came out, the King of Swords, the King of Cups. I was at my other desk and I just came in here. The Temperance card, the Wheel of Fortune, the King of Swords, the King of Pentacles, the King of Cups, and all the readings. This is the third reading I've done today. My channel is just on fire. Yeah, the Queen of Cups that came out first. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. This could be you or someone else that's playing in your energy. The person that could be playing in your energy could have the same sign, or they could be the same sun sign, or whatever your sun sign is. They may have it highly aspected as like their moon sign.
She nailed that motherfucker on the head just then.
Their moon or rising sign or something like that. I'm hearing it even could even be like their north node, south node. Yeah. Queen of Cups. What came out next to the Queen of Cups was the King of Swords. This Queen of Cups and this King of Swords. This King of Swords, I'm getting Archangel Michael-like energy, but I'm also getting to somebody's divine counterpart possibly could very much embody the energy or work very closely with Archangel Michael also. Because right next to the King of Swords now is the King of Cups. And this King of Cups is disappointed because a Queen of Cups is not accepting their offer. Someone has been trying to make you act extremely irrational, most likely, so that it's easier to attack you. But you're too balanced for this.
I said, listen to the reading. With your nose probably running because you got sinuses or something.
Both feet are planted on solid ground. Your emotions are very stable. So whatever they've been using to attach to you, it's not working. They've been caught, just like that bird that's sitting outside. The Wheel of Fortune is here. This King of Swords. You see this King of Swords here, like they're ready. And then you have the King of Pentacles and the King of Cups coming out again. Somebody here is upset that someone has a new contract. They're moving forward. The person that someone is trying to battle spiritually for, a divine feminine, though, is highly protected. And Archangel Michael is either like working closely with this person or protecting this divine feminine for sure. Clarifying the Queen of Cups is the Death card. Somebody wanted you down on your knees. They want you to go through an ending. Heavy, heavy Scorpio energy. So also the person that's doing this, and here's the King of Swords again. So now we have the King of Swords out here twice. Okay. The Queen of Cups is here, the King of Cups, the Queen of Pentacles, the King of Swords twice, and then the Death card. There's an older woman here, and the reading that I just did, there's an older woman that is spiritually attacking a divine feminine. There's an older woman that's spiritually attacking a divine masculine. These counterparts are mirroring each other. They both have to take down some type of evil matriarch, mother figure-like person. Divine feminine has a woman in her life. This could be someone on her job or whatever. This really angry, jealous mother figure that's attacking divine feminine. You have a divine masculine who has a mother figure. I'm getting more so like an aunt or like a mother-in-law or the mother of an ex or something like that that's attacking this masculine. What is in between these two people is this Jezebel energy. They both have to take down a Jezebel. But this divine feminine not only has this Jezebel mother figure like energy attacking them, this divine feminine also has a karmic masculine that's attacking them. And I feel like Archangel Michael is just like, enough is enough, because Archangel Michael is showing up out here twice. Yeah, because you have a distorted masculine out here that's facing judgment for constantly watching, stalking, and spying on an earth angel here that they just need to leave alone. The King of Wands here and the Knight of Wands, this could be this temperance energy. This is heavy Sagittarius energy. Somebody here has taken action for sure to balance out their emotions. Somebody here is not allowing themselves to be swayed at all by this masculine and this distorted energy. And whoever this masculine is who keeps on trying to get close to this feminine here, who's this earth angel, or even to try to get close to this person that is protecting this divine feminine, they are about to experience a major fall from grace. Like, this person is going to be in a lot of trouble for what they're doing. Everything is showing block. I did an urgent reading the other night, and I was saying whoever decided to fire up some 7-day candles because the full moon in Capricorn is in a few days. When the ritual started, it backfired. It couldn't even get started hardly. Yeah. Somebody here is playing around in someone's energetic field because they know this person is balanced. Y'all, the devil caught. This person that's obsessed, they're caught. They have no way to go. No way out. They can't go anywhere. This person is obsessed with a twin flame union. I don't know if y'all just heard that loud bang in my house. People be mad when the entities, the dark spirits, if it doesn't work, they be so mad. The Wheel of Fortune is here. Whoever is trying to cast these illusions, it's not working. Somebody here is too healed. And you have the moon out here, the Chariot. Again, full moon in Cancer. We're summer solstice. We're in Cancer season. I'm sorry, not full moon. It's just Cancer season. Full moon is in Capricorn. But someone here is getting up close and personal. And what they're finding out, what this distorted masculine is learning, is that, oh my goodness, somebody here has gone within to do some deep shadow work and healing. They've healed themselves, and they're getting closer and closer, realizing that they cannot touch this person. Because whatever magic they sent out, it didn't work. Because as soon as they thought that they were getting in someone's energetic field, they instantly were knocked out of it. The magic did not work. Look at this person here. Somebody's like, what? It didn't do anything. This Queen of Wands, King of Wands out here, Wheel of Fortune is destroyed. This occultist here, they're like, what? Somebody thought for sure that something had to work. They thought they was a master or something. I always tell people, your skill level doesn't matter when it comes to a person with protection. If they're protected, if they're called by God to do something, I don't care if you get a whole army to do magic. You're not going to take that person out. Whoever this master, occultist, sorcerer, or whomever, they don't know what to do. They're like, I'm completely run out of options because somebody here is way too strong. Somebody is laughing at the demons that's coming towards them. They're too strong. King of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles. Somebody is holding on to some energy for dear life because they need it to manifest. And then the King of Cups is getting their emotional balance back. I feel like this is possibly like this divine masculine. Because look here, at the beginning, the Queen of Cups is who we started with. Who we end with is the King of Cups. This masculine here, divine masculine, we're switched to him. This divine masculine is becoming awakened. And what this divine masculine is realizing is that they keep on missing opportunities to be happy because of this Queen of Pentacles. This King of Cups is this Queen of Cups' person, but this person here is feeling devastated, like it's going through a dark night of the soul. Why? Because you have this Queen of Pentacles.
They think we don't be knowing, baby girl. They just they gonna learn. I don't know why I told you. Remember, I be telling y'all all the time. I've been told y'all. I said they don't know. They act like they so healed and they know they so conscious and self-aware, but they don't even know how energy works. Cause I be feeling they damn energy and shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I always say, y'all be in the clouds, trying to come over this fine and this and because y'all don't know, I know y'all watch serial, but I know you be watching it. And I know y'all be in the clouds because y'all give you both yourself away on y'all platform when you open up your mouth. Oh, I'm trying to, I'm cutting my toenails to the bathroom, so that's why you can fall away. And I'm feeling pretty good. I was smoking a couple of blunts, and I'm feeling lovely.
Just trying to make this person miss opportunities. And let me tell you something that's very interesting here. Remember I said earlier, it's two different older women who are attacking a feminine and a masculine. I have a Queen of Pentacles here. I have a Queen of Pentacles here. This King of Pentacles. I told you guys, there's a feminine out here who has a Queen of Pentacles and a King of Pentacles that's attacking the divine feminine. You have a masculine out here who is being attacked by this Queen of Pentacles. So it's a divine feminine out here. It has I have a reading about this. I don't know.
I don't have me gummy, one of the gummies too. But I said, I ain't feeling the pain right now. It's really raining. It's one of them days. Hey, I'm just chilling, you know what I'm saying? I'm feeling good. I'm mellow like a chiller. Hey, I don't know why y'all drop out the chat where every time I call y'all, what goes down. The number go down. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Every time I step on y'all toes, I can tell you what you leaving for. You don't want to hear the truth? Some people just can't handle the truth.
It could be 1 or 2 years old. And I think it was a Sagittarius full moon. And this Temperance card is here. And I said somebody has gone through so much grief and sorrow because you have a double mission. So you have to actually defeat 2 big demons in your lifetime. This King of Pentacles and this Queen of Pentacles. And this Queen of Pentacles, I don't feel they may not be an earth sign, but they're older. And what they're blocking is your stability and security. What this karmic masculine wants to do is steal your stability and security. So that it's like somebody here has they're being tag teamed.
Tag team back again.
For some, this is a couple. For some of you, it's not a couple. Or maybe these people were a couple in a past life. But right now, these 2 people aren't necessarily a couple for some of you. This could be somebody, an old lover, and then someone like on your job that's trying to destroy you. Whatever the situation is, there's a divine feminine here. You have 2 different people in your energy that's trying to attack your finances and your pentacles.
I already know this.
Your stability, your offers, the offers that you receive from people, as well as any type of financial offers or opportunities. There's a divine masculine out here that's fighting up against this Queen of Pentacles. They could have been involved in the past with an older woman that's angry. This could be the mother of an ex-girlfriend or ex-wife, somebody that's mad. But this person is becoming awakened to what's going on. These people, I'm telling you, that they don't know what to do. Yeah, because look here, it's over. The devil has been caught. It's over. The world is here, and the world is falling underneath the death card. There's also a person out here. Like I told you, there's an older woman out here that's doing a lot of this stuff. This older woman is a Scorpio, and she works with the devil to sabotage unions. Yep. She's a witch. She's a dark witch. She's contracted by the devil to sabotage unions. And she is some kind of occultist or spiritualist. She calls herself leading people to the light, but she actually works in the dark. This could be a religious, it could be anybody. She claims to people front facing, like Gemini energy. She's sweet, she's kind, she's going to help you, lead you out of the darkness and away from temptation. The whole time she's a witch. She's destroying people. Soul contracts, siphoning energy. She's doing a lot. And somebody is awakening to it. They're like, oh wow, yeah. The reason why everything is being blocked is because they cross paths with this agent of the devil. Thought this person was nice. They're not. The Star. Queen of Pentacles, the Star is underneath this Queen of Pentacles. Like I said, this person comes off like they are a healer. They could even make money from claiming to be a healer, the star. This person is in the public eye. Queen of Cups, judgment, the Empress. But again, this person is facing judgment because they keep trying to destroy this divine feminine. King of Cups, King of Swords. And the Emperor in the reverse. There's so much chaos and confusion in this energy because a lot of these people that's sending out all of these attacks, you guys, they have the same signs. There's a lot of Scorpio energy out here. This is their 12th house, Pluto and Scorpio energy that we talked about a few days ago. There's significant age differences here. You have a lot of Scorpio energy. Whoever this karmic masculine is, they also have Scorpio highly aspected in their chart. They could have Scorpio in at least 3 or 4 places in their chart. They're very dark. These are narcissists and extremely dark empaths. Yeah, this is to cause the Earth Angels to be very confused about what to do on Judgment Day. This is also part of your awakening, your own spiritual test. Do you really know who you are? Because if you do, you shouldn't be I won't say you shouldn't be confused because it's easy to be confused here, but yeah, don't get tricked. That's all I'll say. Somebody has to face judgment also for causing these illusions for this Earth Angel. Yeah, somebody here keeps on watching a person. They're trying to watch a person to figure out the best way to strike, to attack the person. Yeah, but this is over. It's over. The Wheel of Fortune is, I wish so bad. Like, you have the Wheel of Fortune here, the Chariot, the Strength. But on both of these cards, you have this. This is an entity. Somebody here is using an entity. I've been telling y'all, somebody is allowing an entity to possess them to do this work that they're doing. It's a monitoring spirit, though. It's a very big entity, or something that they are binding to someone to watch them, to monitor them, so that they can sabotage their contract. That's what this is. Hey, you have King of Pentacles. He should have held back from doing this. Boy, these people are in some trouble. I don't know what it is about this energy, but people are in trouble. Yeah. This person here is so discombobulated, they don't know what to do because they've been kicked out of somebody's energy. I mean, and they were forcefully kicked out. That bird outside, somebody is stuck. This could even be somebody like they're astral traveling or something. They're going to get stuck while doing that because you're not wherever they're trying, whatever plane, timeline, realm, or dimension that they're trying to travel to get to you, or whatever like system or matrix they're trying to take you back to, you're completely out of it. It's like dun, 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 dun. The Queen has arrived. Judgment, the star, the world. Do you see she's out of the world? You're not in the same world with these people anymore. You're completely out. The star. Somebody here thinks that they're a star. You're a bigger star. Judgment. Where these crazy people, where they go to, you know better. You're not going there. Somebody here, I'm talking about, just got drop kicked out of somebody's energy. And the person needed to get back in your energy to attach something to you. Somebody has been trying, I feel like, to be completely honest, I feel like somebody has already attached some type of monitoring spirit or something like that to you. They could have tried to do this in your dreams or something, or maybe that wasn't successful. They're trying to use monitoring spirits for sure. They need to know something about your movement in order to stop it. They see the wheel is moving. They need to stop this. So that they're using some type of dark spirit, an entity, or a monitoring spirit of some sort to try and stop you, it's over. When I tell you it's over, you can sing, dance, and do whatever you want to do. This is like completely over. And it's, again, somebody's like, wait a minute, I don't understand, because you still have this offer coming in, and they don't understand that, like, you didn't take the bait. I feel like somebody tries to do some kind of magic for. They don't like it when they get it old. Trying to manifest you back. And it was to set you up for an attack so that you would be stopped and blocked. So that they could ruin you. It didn't happen. They're like, wait, what? And also there's still an offer that's coming towards you that they tried to block. I just saw something in my head. I'm seeing something in my head. I feel like there is a divine couple out here. I don't even know if these people know each other. I don't know if they know each other, but some do know each other. But the way these two people communicate in spirit is really funny. I just saw, if you guys have ever seen, what's her name? Gabrielle Union and Dwayne. Is his name Dwayne Wade? Yeah. If you've ever seen the clip of their wedding from years ago, they have like a secret handshake. On their wedding day, they had like this whole like elaborate, detailed, intricate like handshake that they have. That's what I just saw in my head. Some of you guys, like, in spirit, you and this counterpart, y'all are like, yeah, we got. You're like, yeah, we got them. Somebody thought that they had you and somebody else, like, just shook. They thought they had this in the bag, and I see y'all in the spirit, like, yeah. That's the only reason why I just kind of chuckle. Like, this, for some, this is there's no need to make this so serious, because you're good, you're protected. This is so funny though. I'm seeing her in her wedding dress, veil on, and they like out there handshaking, all this other stuff. Like, yeah, we made it. Somebody was like, yeah, we're gonna stop it, and they're like, wait a minute, what? She still got the offer? He still made the offer? Or somebody's like trying to block you. It didn't work. It just didn't. Justice. What's done in the dark shall come to light. This monitoring spirit, this entity that somebody sent out, is going back to them. And you playing with the full moon, you're playing around with devil energy, full moon in Capricorn. Yeah, somebody here can see clearly behind the veil, and they're calling for karmic justice. So this tower will happen. Double justice. The tower. Look at this man down there. Somebody just like jumped off the cliff. Somebody just got kicked out of somebody's energy, and I'm hearing like the access is permanently denied. They will never get back in your energy or this person's, like, ever. Because whoever this is, they get in your energy to work against you, but they also use your energy to protect themselves. This is also too on, coming out of the spirit for a moment. If somebody has been like illegally watching you, stalking you, hacking you, or something like that, I'm hearing spyware. Something has caught them. There's a firewall of protection or something. Somebody's IP address has been tracked. If someone has even been illegally like using someone's access, this could be something as simple for some of you as you change your passwords. You got a new phone or something. When people, of course, are in relationships or whatever, if somebody ever had like the code to your phone and email or anything like that, by you changing something here, it destroyed everything. Or this is like an art, you need to change something. Because you changed your routine, you changed your number, you came off of social media. I'm getting for sure somebody deactivated or reset something. It threw everything off. They can't locate you. Like, I'm paying close to this, Quinto. If somebody has been like using your pictures or something like that, you could have deactivated your social media. If they were going to your social media page, perhaps to look at your pictures, you deactivated your social media, they can't look at it. They can't look at it. They can't get any energy. They can't print out the pic. That's what okay. Somebody was hoping to perhaps take one of your pictures to print it out, maybe for some kind of altar work or something like that. You deactivated your account or something like that. They can't get whatever it is that they need. Which tells me this may be somebody you don't know. They can't get what they need. Or if a practitioner has been hired to do something, somebody.
Well, my. You see how I can't make this motherfucking shit up? I just did a video the other night, didn't a baby girl, about the catfish trying to get me to send him a copy of my ID. I can't make this motherfucking shit up if I wanted to. Even if I tried to. Damn.
Yeah, go to this person's social media account. They got plenty of pictures on there. Da 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 da. Or go on this person's social media. You will see a picture of whoever they're dating now, or whatever it is. Or you'll see a picture of their ex. Whatever. Somebody was using an account or some kind of information, and they were going to do some kind of spell work or ritual with it. Boom. They went to it. They were blocked, or like the profile is gone. Or this is if you and someone once, had a shared account. That's for some people, they do that. They're not married, but you and this person, if you live together, they may know who you bank with. And maybe men are notorious for doing this for sure, because some people just don't pay a lot of attention to detail. They forget certain things. You break up with a person. I'm just giving you scenarios that I'm saying. You break up with somebody. You and this person, you shared a bank together.
And yes, I did block the motherfucker. See how you can't make this shit up? Spirit be speaking all the time. That's why I really know I'm a woman of few words. A lot of times it's best to be quiet, speak a little less and listen a little more. That's how you learn some shit. Instead of thinking you know everything.
Hey. Let's say all of a sudden now, if they go into the banking app, okay, primary. So what I'm seeing now, I'm getting it, but it's hard for me to put in words. Let's say, if you have ever done a joint account with somebody, you go to the bank, and if both of you have online banking, you can see that account. But depending on how you set the accounts up, they could have possibly been able to see like your savings account as well, like all of your accounts. So let's say you go to the bank, you're like, yeah, I need to change your permissions. Take that person off my account. I don't want them to be able to see my other accounts. But for whatever reason, maybe you don't want to change the account that you had. It may not even be anything in it. I'm seeing a zero balance. There's nothing in it. But when this person logs into the online banking, they can still see your savings or another card that's connected to that account. Therefore, they're tracking you. They're monitoring you. They know, like, oh, you must have went on a date Saturday night, because I'm seeing, a dinner check for X amount of dollars, and I know it wasn't just you. Like that type of stuff. Or they're looking and somebody has been tracking your movements because they still had access to an account. It could have been one of your social media profiles. Like I said, it could have been a bank an app that you had, an email. But as soon as you went in there and you deactivated something, reset something, they can't track you. And you did this right at the nick of time, because now I'm telling you, you doing this, or when you do it, that's it. For some of you also, this is you doing like a cord cutting, a spiritual bath. They can't read your energy. Something here has been cut off, and this person is stopped right in their tracks. Because karmic justice is being called. And I'm telling you, whatever somebody has been secretly doing to watch you, stalk you, and spy on you, and possibly even another person in your life, it's over. And they've been doing this in the background for a long time. Somebody has had full access to something of yours. And when they needed it most, which is now for them to do whatever this major spell work is for something to happen, they lost it. Somebody got an intuitive nudge. Hey, change your password. Don't go there. Do this, do that. Close that bank account. Something like that. And this person is like, oh my goodness. They're like, what? How? Cups represents not just emotions, but intuition. Somebody's like, how did you know to do that? How? How did you know it? Because this monitoring spirit, and a monitoring spirit, you guys, can be anything. This monitoring spirit is like, what? Like, this monitoring spirit is dying right now. It's like, what? Like I said, the bird outside, you flew and you got caught. I just said that. And I'm pretty sure that this has to be somebody who's watching my channel. I gave you guys an analogy the other day about security system, and I mentioned my back door. Maybe the night after that, some kind of, like I said, I don't know what it was. It was big enough for me to see it on my camera, knocked my broom over, and it hit my back door late at night. Well, today, and I said on the video, I was like, don't come here because trespassers would be, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just joking around saying that. I go outside a minute ago. Oh, and I think yesterday, when I went out there to get the broom, yesterday, the day before, whatever, I noticed, I'm like, oh, it's a few little, insects or whatever out here. I just, you just sweep your walkway or whatever. I'm sweeping, getting stuff out the way, cleaning up, little cobwebs. That was like 2 days ago. And I sprayed some, the flying insect spray. I kid you not, I opened up my back door like yesterday, I think. There would have to have been maybe at least like 30 like little gnats out there. Okay. Cause I don't like bugs, but that's an evil omen. Like, people are sending something to you, bad energy, insects, spiders, all this stuff. You pay attention to it. So I have these little sticky pads that you can put by the door. So if a cricket or something like that, tries to come into your door, it'll just get stuck. I go outside before I turn this camera on. It's a bird out there. Well, what was it, 2 or 3 weeks ago? I did a reading, and I told you guys, I said, it's a bird. They got stuck in my window. The peak of this bird was stuck in my window, my back window. I let it go. It flew out in the yard, but it couldn't get any further. It was another bird, and I'm sure it was the mama bird that just kept on circling around, trying to get this bird. 2 or 3 other birds, like, they're looking, you can tell they're looking for this baby bird. And I was just like, interesting. That's why I tell you see signs in everything when you really tap in. Me, I was kind. I released the bird. I could have let it sit there and die on my window. I let it go. Not even 2, maybe 3 weeks later, same bird that looks the exact same as the last one, stuck out there. This is somebody here who is obsessed. They can't control themselves. They can't stop trying to get in. I need to see. I need to get in. I need to know what's next. Because they already know that something big is next. So I need to sabotage it. I got to know what's next. That's why I tell people, stop telling people your business. A person can't shoot down a dream that they don't know. Every time you have a dream, you don't have to wake up and call somebody and tell them. Every time something happens in your life, your job, your finances, within your family, you don't have to tell anybody. Learn how to be quiet and talk to God. Because somebody here has had some inside access. In the physical. This could even be somebody who was paying an investigator or something like that. They're finding out, holiday weekend, that person gonna be out of town. Somebody can't ride past somebody cannot do something that they've been doing to gather information and evidence. And somebody's like, whoa, what are we gonna do now, you guys? Because they're completely stuck. The tower. I'm telling you, somebody's trying to get in a person's energy and they're like, what? I told you guys, the system has been upgraded. Whoever was gatekeeping lost the keys. They can't even get back in. And they're being fired, terminated, escorted off the premises. For me, even saying that, this could even be somebody, you guys, who has like some kind of access. Surveillance. They've been surveillancing you, or this is someone who works in a company. This could be somebody who works at a phone company, and they've been accessing your information. I don't know if at the phone company, can they see like your text messages? This could be somebody also. Whatever this level of security clearance and access somebody has is very high. Somebody definitely has been using some kind of spy software or something where they're accessing your phone calls, your text messages. I'm hearing they're cloning your phone or something like that. So they know they've known everything that you've been doing. But what may be happening is there's a third party here. Whoever has given this person this access, that person is possibly losing their job or they've lost this access. There's a middle person here. So if that person no longer has access, whoever is watching you getting the information, they don't have access. And right now, it was so crucial, it was so critical for them to have access to you right now. So again, this could simply be you saying, I'm going to just change your phone, reset your phone, change your password, anything. But I'm really feeling you don't have to do anything. This person is losing the access from whoever was giving them the access before. Because I feel like somebody is getting caught, actually. If somebody has been in a company and they've been looking at something illegal that belongs to you, your bank account information, this could be, especially like some people who you go to, in your neighborhood, you go to the same Starbucks, or you visit the same bank. There could be somebody in the bank. Like I said, it's something heavy for sure about banking. Banking and cell phones for sure. Somebody is tracking banking information, cell phones, maybe even like email, because I'm seeing Google Maps. This could be somebody at the bank, phone company, or whatever. They're reporting back to somebody. Oh yeah, I looked in their account today and they went to such and such for dinner. I'm like, wait a minute. This person been going out to dinner way a lot more lately. Who is this that they going out to dinner with? I'm hearing that Whitney Houston song. What she say? Friday night, you and your boys went out to eat. Friday night, you went out to eat. Then they went out, but you came home around 3. She said something about somebody being cheap because only what did she say? Only 4 of you had dinner. If 4 of you had dinner, must have been cheap or something because I found the credit card receipt. Whatever. What she's saying though is clearly whatever you saying is not checking out. Okay, but somebody here is watching this. This could even be too because it is about to be a holiday weekend. Somebody here could see that somebody is checking in to a location. Somebody here could be looking at like, oh, this person has an itinerary. They booked a flight. Okay, they're checking in somewhere. They're planning to catfish this person, ambush them or whatever. Boom, all of a sudden, it could be anything. Somebody could drop their phone and decide, you know what, I need a new phone. Boom, they get a new number. Go with a totally different cell phone carrier or something. Somebody's access has just over. And this person has been doing this every moon cycle, especially on the weekends. And this person does this. I'm channeling this. They do this when they travel. I'm seeing a guy, he throws his duffel bag down in the hotel room. He gets on his phone and he just gets to just scrolling, looking through somebody's business, and it's not his business. This person is doing this to a feminine and possibly tracking whoever this feminine may be dealing with if they're dealing with somebody. This person literally is leaving their family. I'm seeing this person just throw the duffel bag down. They get in a hotel room in a bed. This person is not going anywhere. They're in their bed all night, just scrolling through your pictures, your transactions. They looking through everything. This person gonna throw that duffel bag down and pull up that phone that they're cloning or whatever they're doing and look, and it's not gonna be anything there. But see, they need that information for them to cast these spells or for them to go and tell somebody stuff. Like they need, I don't know, y'all, I'm in this right now. They need your phone number or they need something. Because they have to plug it into like an app or something. This could even be like, like I mentioned catfishing. Somebody is trying to text you as if there's somebody else. But like they need to have the correct phone number. This what I'm saying. This person, like they don't know something by heart. So as soon as now, new phone or whatever, somebody is unplugging iCloud or whatever, they can't actually get the information. They're like, how am I supposed to trick this person? It's not there. They can't. Or whoever is helping them do this, whoever is giving this person burner phones or whatever, they're not there. They can't, like, I'm telling you, somebody has been stopped in their tracks. And this was like the time for them to do this, to block something for you completely. And it was totally just like destroyed. The Hierophant, the Hangman, the Hangman. God woke somebody up and told them to do something. The Temperance and the Empress. This is an earth angel who is a divine feminine, or it's an earth angel going towards a divine feminine. I feel like God told somebody, hey, wake up. Don't go somewhere. Don't do something. Don't tell somebody something. Hold something back. Hold back. Don't do something. I also feel too that this King of Pentacles who keeps on attacking someone, watching them hack and stalk and spy, this person did not listen to a warning. Hey, don't go back over there and do that. Just like that bird out there. You got caught last time and she let you go. If you go this time, you're not getting out. I told you to stop coming here. Trespassers are shot. I literally said that in my video a few days ago. I said, if you come here, you're not leaving. I said that. And I was just being funny. I said, if you come here on site, you won't make it back out. That bird is not going to get out of here. Somebody told this person, don't come back now. They let you go last time. This could even be somebody who has gotten caught up with the law before. Okay, you just got a little smack on the hand last time. If you get in trouble again, you're going to jail. This person, no, I'm going to do it. Caught. They couldn't stop themselves. That's what obsession does to you, though. That's insanity. Because somebody here is obsessed with someone that they once had a connection with, and obsessed with the fact that this person now has a new choice in love. They're like, there's no way. I need to see it for myself. Somebody thought that whatever they was doing, it was never going to run out. This could also be somebody's spiritual gift. Somebody could have the gift of sight. Like I said, they could be astral traveling, projecting, doing teleport, whatever they're doing. It was stopped. And it had to be stopped so that you could actually be free. Queen of Cups, so that you could be free and liberated. But again, I'm telling you, told this person, stop playing with me in the night. Stop playing with me in the dark. Whatever you're doing in the dark, stop doing it. I'm a divine feminine. Is what this. Listen, this is a divine. Why do you keep playing with this? This person was like, no, I'm gonna do it. Even though they were seeing that the magic wasn't working, still they took action, and whatever they did is out of control. And the secret is out of who this dark priestess or who this person is. It's out. And wow, death. It's over.
All that Scorpio in it.
It's completely over. And here's the emperor. You got a dark priestess out here, like I said, that mother figure, matriarch person or whomever, and you got this emperor. These people, they're out of there. It's like divine feminine, whoever this is, that magic didn't work. You just killed 2 birds with 1 stone.
You know, I said I would go play the whole day, but I said, shoot, I'm a little tired myself, and I've been on almost 2 hours. So, I don't know, I might come back with part 2. Like I say, y'all just go over and subscribe to them and show some love, shit. Y'all be want to come over here and spy and shit like that. Yeah, I might come back with part 2 later on. You give it a break. I've been on about almost 2 hours now. I'm finna fix me something to eat. Chill out for a minute because I've been up. I had to get up early. I had to go take care of some business and been running around about all day. I'm a little tired. Yeah, they be up there in the class spying and shit. Won't say a damn thing. Won't even hit the damn like button. And then Tory stepping on their toes every damn time. And like we already don't know they be spying and shit. But then, like I said, I just can't make it up. When I made a video about the catfish, look, come on now, she don't know me like that. See how spirit come through every time for me. I told y'all gonna learn. I told y'all, the high priestess stays quiet. She knows all but remains silent. That's how real G's move in silence. Y'all niggas out here on the YouTube streets, y'all got to be talking loud. Y'all want everybody to, you got to see who got the biggest mouth. You think you know every damn thing, you don't know a damn thing, because you can learn from a child. You're going to learn till you leave this place, Nobody knows it. Oh, my loves. Yeah, I'm in my comfy. Shit, I be here. I can't. I don't have the brown all day. I had to take it off because I have to let these babies, breathe. I'll be back later on. I might come back with part 2, or either I might come back and do some more. Y'all, like I said, y'all go over there and subscribe. Y'all want to listen to it. I might come back with some zodiac signs after a while because I ain't listening to no Capricorn and Aries and all that. So I might come back on after I fix me something to eat. I might break for about 30-40 minutes. Y'all know me, I'm the GOAT. I got to do something to keep my mind occupied. Of course, I love you. As always, y'all like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, you know what I'm saying? Drop your girl a comment, try to get me on in the algorithm, you know what I'm saying? Y'all can hit that on, y'all can come in the chat and leave comments, and y'all can hit the like button and all that shit for some bullshit, but y'all don't want to goddamn, help a sister out. But it's all good because I do it because I know that's what I'm supposed to do. Sometimes I have to remind myself that because I get discouraged because, I hate ignorance because ignorance is bliss. And y'all some ignorant motherfucking niggas out here in these YouTube streets. Anyway, my loves, it's your girl, Empress Goddess, the Georgia Peach, your host with the most. Y'all, like I say, like, share, subscribe, leave me a comment. I'll be back after a while. Y'all know how I do. I really had been slowing down a lot, I haven't really going live like I used to. But baby girl was like, damn, you don't love me no more. I don't ever see you no more. So I said, well, I'll do a couple of live streams, y'all, because I really ain't been doing it. I've been kind of slacking up, maybe doing one live stream a day, and I haven't really been coming on until like later on in the evening time. I used to get up and start in the morning, but I cut that shit back here. All this shit costs money, and when you spend the money, it really ain't got nothing coming in, But just like I said, I do it because the universe always provide and make a way out of no way, But it's all coming. That's how I know y'all be throwing. That's how I know they've been throwing them that chaos and confusion, baby girl. That's why you be watching out for your big sis, because you already told me when we first met. It was just something about we kind of clicked, and we've been tight ever since. But I already know it's a bunch of old dark damn witches out there just because they nothing but haters. They hate to see somebody doing a little, better than them. Because like I said, the way shit been kind of happened, that all that chaos was going on, in my situation. And how shit just kind of, I know then some motherfucker was throwing some evil eye and shit, doing some spell work and some, But that's all good because I don't say nothing. I just talk to the divine about it, and I let my spirit team handle it. They can't never keep his toes on us down. We have to go through these trials and tribulations because you ain't never went through nothing. You ain't chosen. That's how when you don't been through some shit. That's how you know you're chosen. And I mean, look at I was chosen before I was born. That's why I had to go through all the things I went through with being adopted. Everything happened for a reason. No such thing as a coincidence. I love you more, my love. I'll be back. If I keep on running my damn mouth, I ain't gonna never fix my damn food. I'll be back, babies. All right.